Hello everyone, my name is Kurazarrh, and welcome back to Sunless Sea, where we ended our last episode standing over the abyss of, or I guess floating in the abyss over the Maw of Nook. It is time for us to head out on the hopefully second of three-ish legs of this adventure to go and get some Lamentable relics for the Venturer, so that we can eventually take them up to the Avid Horizon and get the mystical, magical, game-ending book that will give our next Z Captain, a bonus 2 pages. Ooh, what's over here? And we're going to get distracted along the way. That is fine by me. We have oh, it's a mine. Let's not go near the mine. That seems like a real bad idea. See ya. Wouldn't want to meet ya. Someday when I'm feeling more adventurous and we have a ship with about 10 times the hull, we'll go check out a mine. The seafloor is really interesting though. And muy spooky. So that's Nuncio. So Godfall is basically up this way then. A settlement a long way to the east. That's not very long. See, let's go take a look since we're here. Am I? Creepy noises. Creepy face thing. Let's just stay a bit north of that thing. Eee. Where is your dock? There it is. Keeping an eye on my oxygen meter. It is reasonably generous with the oxygen, so that's fine. Ah, Dahoot? I don't know. You tell me. Oh, okay, we can buy captivating treasure. Not too shabby. And drowning pearls, interesting. Okay. I might buy some more fuel. It's pretty cheap here. Supplies are actually not bad. Let's take a look. Assemble a port report. Oh, interesting. Wander. Look, make no commitments. You're only here as a visitor. You don't need a place to stay. Water and air are the same thing here. A betrayal of nature, or a truce between opposites. Swim up on the side of the cathedral if you like, and peer in through its rose windows. You won't be able to make out anything inside. Breathe deep. Fill your lungs with a substance cooler and more cleansing than ordinary air. Walk in the gardens with the fish around your knees. Do not ask questions about the king of this place. Those will go unanswered. Okay. Ask a drowny. Stormless. The weather has been dismal lately. Hardly a single wreck since St. Egidius' day. And then it was only a little yacht with a few sailors aboard. And 2 of those were able to swim to shore and didn't come to Daha at all. We just have to hope for the spell to break. Okay. An almost impossible challenge. This will always generate a report report, but the contents of the report were very interesting. Sure, why not? Ah, okay. The more you look, the more you see that you are perhaps not intended to. The cathedral's crypt is a prison. The graveyard is larger than it looks, and the bones are not buried. The border between the breathable water and the dangerous water is not marked clearly. Some have drowned in crossing over, leaving their possessions scattered on the Z floor. Okay. Interesting. Off we go, I guess. Nothing to buy here. Not creepy at all. No. Not in the least. So this should be Godfall here. There is an abyss. I want to say this might be the abyss that we actually went down into at one point a while ago. In fact, no, I think we went to this one here. Since we're right here, may as well. There is something over here. If it's a mine, I ain't staying. Nope, that is a swirling mass. Oh, no. Bye. That's got way more life than our hull, so no thank you. We have an abyss. Let's dive a little bit. Good luck. So we can forsake... No. I already have a right. I don't think we need to change our right. Let's go ahead and surface, or would it be surface? Ding. And now we should be able to use our foxfire candles to explore Godfall. Any shops here? Nope. Godfall, okay. So what do we have here? Get a port report? Sure. So if we had wine or a hunting trophy, we could share those here. Let's go exploring. The more foxfire candles we have, the better. Bad things will happen if you run out. Let's go. Before the stalactite was a monastery, before it ever fell from the roof, it was a citadel. The fall shattered it and killed all its occupants. Probably. Why don't you take a look? Through the cellars. The monks have blocked the tunnels into the citadel. The starved men lived there, one says vaguely. They're all dead, of course, but you still wouldn't want to meet them. Still, there's a gap in the cellar wall they keep meaning to fix. Okay, so we're in a new area. Ooh, this is spooky. Interesting, okay. So we can leave if we want to. A straightforward challenge. Go deeper. Wait, here we go. Let's start at the top. All the Neath is dark. The Citadel is dark, as only a once bright place can be. It hung up there among the false stars, drowned in azure light for... how long? Now it's here. So are you. The Citadel lies on its side. All its halls and tunnels tilt crazily. Edge your way through like an ant through a broken puzzle box. Okay. Onwards, you find your way deeper into the Citadel. And dreams await, apparently. Creep across a chasm. The stalactite has cracked right across. That crack is a plunging chasm. The dark sea thunders below. You can probably get across. After all, you are zailers. Zailers have rope. We have plenty of veils, so let's go. It's harder in the candlelit gloom than it would be in the deck of a ship. The crevices of the stalactite seem alive with eyes. But you all make it safely across. We've gained one terror. Okay, so we can go deeper then. Light flares. A labyrinth of dwelling galleries. You hear the Z. The passage branches and opens into a tangle of galleries on the skin of the surface. There are doorways to dwelling places, all empty now, all leading into one another like cells of a honeycomb. Perhaps you can find your way through. And we have a 100% chance of success, so good. Painstaking progress. You make your way through an asymmetrical foam of beehive dwellings, past faded frescoes of the sea seen from above, beneath swags of cobweb where single sorrow spiders scuttle, past a long-mummied human corpse. Its limbs are curled and knotted like vines. What happened here? Okay, we can go deeper. Onward we go. So we can... Interesting. No more than 4, you have 4. You found something, or it's found you. We can search the Church of the Starved Men, a cruciform chamber with a great altar, rows of rotting pews. Perhaps the windows once held stained glass. The altar is dripstone, painstakingly carved into organic shapes, jointed limbs, eyebulbs, snapping claws, armored excrescences. Or we can let the Nacreous outcast approach the altar. He burbles. His frondrils tremble. Sure. Armia Torch, the outcast burbles. They stole our Axel arch. They fought. They would be us. It shakes with rage or laughter, and collapses before the altar. Still, the change remains. The change remains. It is the longest speech you've ever heard from it. It remains motionless in prayer while you search. An inscription on the altar reads, "So we shaped." So are we shaped. I read it in his voice. The stonecraft is perfect, but the spelling seems eccentric. 2 stone knives rest on its surface, along with a chunk of flint that might be a knife, a tool, or simply a lump of rock. 3 human skulls wait in a niche at the back. 2 have warped and lengthened jaws. The third has slumped and run like a melted candle, although it feels as solid as any bone to the touch. What now? You can press on, but the going will get harder from here. Or you could turn back with your treasures. So we gained 3 secrets. We got this Uncovering Mysteries. We got 2 outlandish artifacts. And 3 of the 7 lamentable relics that we need. And an ambiguous Aegulith. Interesting. Okay, well, we have a perfect chance of success, so let's go deeper. We now have 8 candles, okay. Ooh. The Glittering Crisis. You stumble into the heart of a geode. Quartz crystals twist the light and spangle it into your eyes. It's like trying to outstare molten silver. Go carefully. Well, let's give it a whirl. A nasty fall. Ooh. Yikes. Dazzled, you trip. A knife-length projection of crystal parts your pea coat as if it were crepe paper. You lurch to the exit. Your crew helps you bandage it as best they may. Nasty cut, the bosun helpfully observes. A little to the left and it bleeds like a Christmas pig. Oh boy. Let's do it one more time. Find our way deeper. Ooh, a chancy challenge. Yikes. Alright. A spherical room. The ceiling drips honey. The walls and floor are glazed with warm orange-yellow. It gives... Typo. Probably should just be it gives into your touch. Slowly. But when you try to pull your hand free, it takes all your strength. Tables and chairs project to the yard-thick amber on the floor. And enough to cross, perhaps. Let's do it. Whew, a safe crossing. You each step cautiously from chair to table to bench. Thankfully, the amber's grasp keeps the furniture from swaying too much. As you reach the far side, a careless crewman stumbles and the chair swings sideways with a clotted splorch sound. But you made it across. Okay. I think we have one last challenge. Let's go. Silence. Silence. Oh boy. This will be fun. The tunnels coil like intestines. The stalactite seems to pulse with the beat of an unknown heart. Let's do it. Hey, we succeeded. The gases down here will maze the mind and convulse the spirit. Press on. There's deeper? Oh my goodness. Okay, well we have 7. We are about as deep as we can get here. Ah, so we have to have the ambiguous Aegulith. Interesting. The Gate of Forms. Here, in the floor, because the stalactites fall, is a gate of glittering chalcedony, half lost beneath rubble, but thick enough to resist the most determined assault. Its surface is a relief of twisted limbs, distorted faces screaming in glee. Carved? Molded? Impossibly natural? A pit at its center might be a key socket, or only a mouth. Let's go. Making an entrance. Perhaps, once, the gate was finally counterbalanced. Perhaps, once, hidden machineries would have roared at the touch of the Aegulith, and the gate would have swung open like oiled glass. Now, the Aegulith only triggers the unlocking mechanism. It takes 3 sailors, should that be zailers, with crowbars to move the rubble and force the door open. Down open, so that when you bring it free, it collapses inwards with an echoing crash. Climb through the gap into a space that roars with wind. You have entered the Citadel's root. You've traversed half the length of the stalactite called Godfall, from the monastery to here. The starved men cut a tremendous gallery around the whole root of the stalactite, leaving a vast central pillar to support its weight. In its day, the view must have been unrivaled. Remnants of salvaged glass and wooden eating houses, viewing booths, slight temples still cling to the edges. But the root has been shattered, and the stalactite fell. Go a little closer. Clamber carefully across the tilted surface of the gallery floor, towards a shattered stump of the root. A dozen corpses, decades dry, lie at the stalagmite's root. You think there was a barricade here, but the fall has smashed it, and their remnants have fallen into the sea. Were they defending the root? Gunner Atkins squints at the scorched and shattered rock, and nods wisely. Gunpowder, he opines. Blew it up themselves. Kill the whole city. Starved men, eh? Always heard they fight each other, mad as toads. Interesting. This is like the only person that I can think of who has an actual name. In the immemorial tradition of subterranean adventurers, you search the corpses. Well, it's like they've been buried. The bones of their limbs and faces are blurred and twisted, like melted wax. You find trinkets, disgusting remnant chunks, and oh good God, yes, that's worth a bit, worth a lot. Best not let your men see it. Nothing else remains here. Signal your ship with flares and she'll approach. You can scramble down and drop into the sea to be retrieved. Much safer than the tunnels of Godfall. So we gained 1 captivating treasure, which is awesome, 2 more secrets, and 7 lamentable relics, as well as an eyeless skull. Which this is actually the thing that we can buy in the one place in London that would drain us of a bunch of our stats if we didn't find it here. So, we made it through. Pat itself on back. Let's go back to London and maybe even take a look here. We can stop at Nuncio, maybe Station 3. Let's kind of, if I can move the map, there we go. Let's kind of zigzag here. Let's go up. We'll go Sea Lilies, Station 3, Abbey Rack, Pigwin Isle, back to London. That way we can at least drop off some port reports and get a bit more fuel. Whoops, I can press wrong buttons again. The launch button and the go button are neighbors on my keyboard. I probably should just move that one. But yes, let's go do that. And then we should, I think we're kind of at the end of the Venture's desires. I think they should want to go to the Avid Horizon pretty soon. And I'm pretty sure we have plenty of fuel to get back to London. No problem. Now this, of course, is the sort of prison place with sharks in the waters. We do want to avoid those, at least. There we go. Let's see. Fuel's pricey. Let's probably just get a port report. Don't see a reason to bother with either of these. There we go. And off we go. Off to Station 3, which I think we're not really done with. I mean, we are done with it. There is some more you can do there, especially with, I think, heart metal stuff. Oh great. Sharky shark. No thanks. I wish you could see their hit points before you, like, are noticed by them, because that might inform me as to whether and how I should approach this thing. Here we are. Let's do the Smith's Emporium. We can ask the Smith about life on the island. Let's go. We've learned about him a little more. He does that folk here keep to themselves. He says he doesn't go up to the building with a steeple, and the acolytes hardly ever come down here. It sounds like a solitary sort of life. He claims he prefers it that way. When he turns back to his work, you see the chain of harp metal links he wears around his neck, and the closed locket that hangs from it. In the little gate. Not much to do here, I guess. Okay, that's fine. No port reports, I guess. Alright, off we go. In Abbey Rock. Now, let's see. Oh, we do have recent news. No, we don't. Okay. That's fine. We'll go to port report. And we'll be good. So we can trade supplies. Ah. They'll buy them at cost. No thanks. And here we are at Pigmote. Let's dock and let's get our port report. May as well. And since we're here, let's go ahead and... oh, something awaits you. It is not here, so we can't do anything there. That's fine. 145 echo. Wow. Yikes. Might... Civilization is 3, that's why it's so expensive. Okay. Well, see you guys. Off to London, I suppose. We have no contraband, I don't believe. Let's take a look. Just candles and supplies. And not much fuel left. But here we have London again. Save some fuel. Kill that light. The light uses so much fuel. In some cases, it can almost double, or at least increase your fuel consumption by about 33% or so. Home, sweet home. My goodness. My goodness, your goodness, his goodness, her goodness. Let's see. We have nothing to set aside anyway, so... let's just declare all controlled goods. We have none. Get some messages. Okay, nothing crazy going on here. Let's go drop off all of our port reports. Gator's Morn. That one's a pretty good price, actually. Godfall, not too bad. Abbey Rock. Pigmote. Wisdom. It's a new one. Dahut. 55 echo. Wow, look at that. Interesting. And Nook. 50. Nice. That's a pretty good chunk of change right there. Okay, let's see. London. Visit the Rose Market. Anything here? Purchasing long boxes. Don't have any watchful curios. Let's go. Oh, shoot. You know, I wanted to actually not do that, but okay. A bespectacled visitor will pay to learn moves in the great game. I could do that, honestly. 75. Not really worth it. You breathe against the glass of a display cabinet, and this bespectacled visitor scribbles down the words you trace into the condensation. Candlelight flashes in his dark glasses as he tucks the note into his breast pocket. Understood. Thank you. He sets a heavy purse in the cabinet and leaves without another word. Heavy purse, eh? 75 echoes. So here's where we could get the skull that we have now, which is somewhere. I think it's officers. Yeah, the eyeless skull. So, yes, veils, no mirrors, because it has no eyes. And we don't need that, so we're going to forget about that. It's the Forgotten Quarter, and we've forgotten. I am going to read the papers. I am going to rest to recover our wound. So we have 0 wounds. We do have fewer yearning burning now. Let's see. I'm not going to serve Mr. Sachs right now. You know what we can do? Create a shrine to stone. No, I don't really want that. Yeah, I don't... These auxiliary items are kind of like, to me. I don't really find them to be terribly compelling. I am going to turn these captivating treasures into heirlooms because otherwise we would need to sell these somewhere. I don't feel like going to find a place to sell them. I think it's better to just leave them here, and that way we'll pass on about 800 echoes to our future heir. So, yeah, let's do that. This will also help serve as a bit of a cushion in case we die, because that way you have a better chance of passing on something if you die accidentally, and not just losing it at sea. Sorry, at Z. Out into the house. We're going to leave here. Let's see, London, anything else to do here? Hire on more crew. Let's get a new recruit. Yep. We're full up now. The Adventurer's Desires. Here we go. Something sorrowful. 500 bucks. 7. It's always 7. I don't know why. But if we're to profit by the scheme, we have to hew to the rules. We're close now. But another thing. What do you want? Ugh. He wants more. Okay. Devilbone dice. Something intricate. Outlandish artifacts. Now the dice we can get from Mount Palmerston. And he wants... Oh, he'll pay 500 for them? Okay. That's fine. No more than 10. You have 7. Okay. So let's hit up Mount Palmerston then. Let's see. Anything else we want to do here? No. Before we do that... No, just go ahead. I was going to run to the surface, but I think I'll skip that. I'm going to sell these candles. Don't want them anymore. 20 supplies. Let's do one more. And 14 fuel. 14 seems to be a pretty good number for doing like an out and back with some room to spare. So let's go off to Mount Palmerston, which is here. Kind of back up the way we went. I think we'll stop at Pigmoat again. Hopefully actually get a chance to push that storylet along. We will sneak our way up here and up to Mount Palmerston. I might then swing back around here to pick up some more port reports and to see if we can pick up anything interesting along the way by spending our something awaits yous. Awaits yous. Y-O-U-S-E. Something I should mention is that someone had requested that I change how I record these, because during long sections of travel that I'm not just fully cutting, I will often speed up these sections just to sort of save you guys time of watching the boat sort of log across the water. And I guess let me know what you think. I'm not really willing to change up how I handle that because it makes things a lot more complicated to... Well, one suggestion was to change the game files to like double my boat speed, but double the fuel cost too. I'm not really interested in doing that. I don't want to mess with the game files and, you know, change the game's balance. But I could, perhaps, if you prefer cuts over speed ups, let me know. And I will focus on doing those instead of speeding up the game. Or the recording, at least. If you prefer the other way, that's fine too. And if you have no opinion at all, then let me know. Just so I can get a feel for how you guys would like to see this, or Z this, going forward. We are about at Pigmoat Isle. I will probably do a mix of cuts and speed ups until I sort of get an answer, which will be in a couple weeks because this is being recorded ahead of time, of course. But yeah, so let me know how you want to see this as we progress farther into the game. They have a dilemma. Okay, they have a crossroads. What do they want to do? The aide squeals. Wonderful news, hairless advisor. Our Scintillac harvest has been bountiful. Our harvesters can temporarily be put to use elsewhere. What should we have them work on? Well, their civilization is pretty low. Let's go for that. We gained 50 fragment. Okay. The harvesters rub their paws with satisfaction. With every new residence, Marinia grows. Soon, it will be a city. You know, I have never actually completed this whole thing. I've never actually followed it to its final result. So it reduced the cost to repair the ship by 10 echo. So reducing it by 6 more would make it 75 echo. That would be pretty good if we get to 10 there. Like how this is like, it's one piece of blue scintillac, which is like, okay, it's valuable, but like, would I want to wreck a whole nation just to get it? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not cruel enough. We're back off to Abbey Rock. I don't have recent news because, again, I spent my free evening in London by rolling over the Roser's Wharf, so I can't really do much here so I can get a port report. That is okay by me. Okay, get our port report. Oh wait, I do have news. Interesting, okay. Sure, let's do it. Why not? We lost 2 terror. Oh, that was it? Great. Thanks. Shepherd Isles. Now this is the one where they never quite believe whatever you report. As I recall, fuel at Palmerston is actually pretty cheap too, so I might just stock up on it there. It's 9 echoes. I mean, not a huge difference, but hey man, echo's an echo. Okay, what do we got here? Pricey fuel. Let's get our port report. They're all just rumors and things. Let's maybe take care of this guy. Only 30 hit points, so you guys are toast. Of course, you might hit me too. Ow! I don't like that. That wasn't very nice of you. How are you targeting me already? You guys are fast. Get wrecked, man. It's not very safe. A cask of mushroom wine. Not really worth all the damage we took. Let's get up to Palmerston. Now we have to be careful because when you have low hull, if you're below half, you'll start taking crew damage anytime you take hull damage. So I'll probably still kind of work my way through here. Because we haven't been to Wither in a long time. Same for Frostfound and Bright and Chapel of Lights, so we may as well. Though there are some pretty creepy creatures that could spoil our good times. Oh, like this guy. I don't want to see you. No, go away. No, thank you. Ugh, go away, dude. And the Palmerston music. Yeah. This is why we're here. Devilbone dice? Nah. The music. All right. Yes. Devilbone dice. And he wanted 7 of them. There we go. Oh, we can buy these here too. Interesting. Daily bread. I don't think we need supplies. I think we should be okay. Although, let's buy 2. So we are going to be going in a roundabout route. Malbolge. Nice. Well, let's see. We can do... I don't have a creative human souls, so I'm going to skip that. Let's just go here. Oh. Take note of a veiled woman. A middle-aged woman in a veiled hat is staring at you, waiting for you to notice and listen to her. Okay, what's this? The Imperious Sister's Tale. She begins commandingly, as though you had met at a salon in London, as though there were no burning mountain at her back, and as though you were socially just a little her inferior. Thank goodness, someone who might help me, she says. I have been searching everywhere. My brother is troubled, you see, troubled by some past difficulties. I came to Mount Palmerston because I thought possibly they had his soul. She drops her voice to whisper on the last words. But it isn't here. And now there's something else I must try, and you have a submarine. I do. Okay, what do you want? He used to work for the Admiralty. Something happened to distress him there. When I asked him about it, he said that I had enough to worry about with my own concerns. My husband was ill at the time. But I could help him if he would only permit me to know his troubles. For, you know, she puts a hand on her heart. Bearing one another's burdens is what makes us truly good. She tells you that you'll need to go to Aegul, the city of regrets, find her brother's regret, and return it to her. She will pay, gladly. Okay. Not sure where Aegul is. Let's get a port report. We can dig among the ruins. Don't really see a need to. Let's explore the island. This was an empty clifftop above the bleak waves. Now it blazes with color. Striped tents, colored flames, the music of pianola and kettle drum. Mustachioed women and languorous men play chess, carve bones, eat cats, and polish their terrifying brass weapons. These are Iron Republic privateers, pirates whose practices contravene the very laws of nature. Attack. They are numerous, but lost to wine and music. They will have the element of surprise. You will have the element of surprise. But it's very hard to know exactly what those weapons will do. 50-50. Or 60. Creep close and eavesdrop. The Republic is privy to the gossip of hell. Creep close and you may learn impossible secrets. Let's try it. It's a better chance. Hey, okay. Was that worth 25 fragment? I'm not sure. They are speaking of a raid on the Khan's glory, from which they stole pieces of prayer, of a boast that a rival band made about stealing the Empress's wedding dress, of a sort of spiced meat which fills the heart with love. But they speak, too, almost coherently, of privateer layers in the western wall, of passwords in use, of brass embassy protocols, and of tuning techniques for drawing lost souls close. A buzzing rises in your brain as you listen, until your eyes become unfocused, and your tongue feels thick and heavy. You creep away before anything worse can happen. But this is an odd and useful miscellany of facts. Not that useful. Let's do a dig, why not? We were unlucky, lost 2 supplies, got an intriguing snippet, and a memory of distant shores. Okay, I'm gonna buy those back. And one more. As far as fuel goes, you know what, let's just max it out. Because fuel's cheaper here, although we will get more when we get back to London with our port reports, so maybe not too important. Alright, let's go... Not that way, apparently. You know, let's just head back to London. I think I want to push along into our second captain here. And the port reports we get from here will get us some fuel and some money, but not really enough to make it, like, that impactful. So let's just roll out of here and avoid any combat. Alright, folks. We've passed Abbey's Rock. Since we have another something that awaits you, I am going to stop back at Igmode Isle and push along their progress a bit more. And see if we can help get their civilization and everything up to 10. Make this a bustling nation of rats, or whatever. Let's go ahead and dock. They have a dilemma. What do we got? A chill hangs over the chicken woods. The trees creak in the still air. The age shivers. Do you feel it? Hairless advisor, they say a monster lives out here, where even our light cannot reach. Our farmers refuse to tend their mushrooms until they can be sure of reaching them in safety. We can find no trace of the beast. What can we do? Interesting. Declare their fears superstition. The best weapon against irrational fear is a good distraction. A party, perhaps. And since their spirit is maxed, that's actually a perfect chance. Interesting. Ah, okay. So their spirit is already maxed, so we really got nothing there. Okay. Oh my. The crossroads of Pigment Isle. 2 vessels are docked at Saint's Haven. From the island of Visage comes a commandeered pirate ship. Its figurehead is a dying bull transfixed with a spear. Next to it floats a decaying wreck, barely held together by barnacles. Tales of Pigment Isle have spread, and the powers of the sea have taken notice. Between 2 empires, a rotting drowny and a woman in a crocodile mask stand on the docks. Both loom over the rodents, deciding Marinia's response. Hairless advisor, your timing is impeccable. Please grant us your counsel one last time. They both demand our treasure in exchange for their protection. We cannot decide what would be for the best. The rodents surround you, noses pressed to the dock in supplication. Guide us. Oh boy. Okay. So, support the Fathom King's claim. The drowny bows. His complexity's blessings upon you. My lord will be pleased to see the glorious Thalassene return to the deeps. In gratitude, he'll reach his soggy hand over Pigmote, in justice and protection. He looks expectantly, first at you, then at the rodents. So we could make this a Fathom King domain. Support the Visage claim. The ambassador bows. The left eye of flourishing of years called to us from across the waves. It is ours by birthright and ours to claim. Yet let none say we are not generous. In exchange for its return, we would offer both our friendship and our wisdom. Secrets, Captain, that can guarantee the prosperity of a nation. Or we can go for independence. Great rewards demand great risks, but they are ready. Ooh. That's a tough one. So we have, let's see, 10, 4, and 4. We do have over half of basically the maximum we could have. Let's do it. Okay. The die is cast. The drowning returns to his vessel, his bloated feet squelching with each angry step. The visaged ambassador is silent behind her mask. Neither of the masters will let this insult go unanswered. Okay. The gates of town are closed. 2 rodents stand guard. One of them, a rat, is trying to light a cigarette. The other, a guinea pig, holds the rat's whiskers back from the waxy match flame. Both yelp as they see you approach. 1,000 apologies, hairless advisor, but this is our fight. We must fight it alone. They exchange a nod and escort you respectfully but firmly away from the gate. Okay. Back to the ship. And back to London. And here we are back in Fallen London. Let's go and see if we've finished everything we need to for the adventurer. Get our messages. Don't think we really need anything there. Let's see. We have something perilous. Oh, he wants more, good grief. When I was a boy, I asked my nurse, when you break a law, what happens to the pieces? Now I know. Now I know. But I need something else. What do you want? Something warming. So zoop or meter salt. Interesting. We can get that at Palmerston too, I'm pretty sure, can't we? Yep, he says so. Of course. I knew that. So 7 of zoop. Okay. Well, that's pretty easy. Or meter salt and wither. This is, I think, harder to get. As I recall, they sell it for, like, stories and stuff, so I think I'll hold on to that. We'll just do the zoop. Let's see. Let's do our port reports. Palmerston. Not bad. My. A tough challenge. Let's do hearsay. Sure. And there we go. We have tons of fuel now. Nice. And I think what we'll do is we're going to go to the surface. We're going to do a bit more coffee moving after I read the papers. There we go. And time with family. Enjoy the company. Lost 20 terror. And yeah, that's pretty good, I think. London, anything to do here? Rose Market. Madame Shoshana is seeking an extraordinary implication. I'm going to hang on to that for a minute. And I think that should be it for here. Let's grab some more fuel. What's our hold looking like here? Oh, we have this stuff. Okay. Okay, well, let's see. We're going to get 22 fuel. And we don't need to go overboard on supplies. I do want to just get rid of this honey and the other stuff. Let's see. We can sell... Yeah, this is okay. It's fine. But let's max out our... Well, max out. Let's get the fuel we need. We need at least a few supplies to get to the surface, so 6 should be fine. It'll get us down there. And then let's buy as much coffee as we can carry. 12 is the correct number. Okay. Well, let's go and sell some coffee. Let's hopefully not lose too many zailers. And let's push along the Republic's, or sorry, the Anarchists' supremacy a little bit more. Alright, here we are. Let's buy our 2 supplies. And we need just 2 to get there. Okay, cool. Port report. Service gossip. Why not? And let's go. Off to Naples. And share news from below. Sure. Yeah, let's do that. That should be everything. Let's go ahead and buy a train ticket. We're going to deliver some coffee. $9.60, not too shabby. And another favor, we have 4. So we have basically 3 more to go. Let's go ahead and grab that. Supplies for the work. And back to Naples. And back to Avernus. Wait, before we do. Let's see, we have 13 fuel. Let's go ahead, we're going to buy 10 fuel. And let's buy a couple more. It's going to cost us 10 fuel to get back down. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Sheesh. Okay, back to Naples. Fuel, thank you. And maybe a couple more. That's fine. And supplies, we have a few. Let's see, we have 5 supplies. Let's buy... Just buy 10. Oh dear. 8. Still worth it. Okay, back to Avernus we go. And back below. Okay. And that, folks, is where we're going to hold off for now and wait for the next episode, where we are going to go up to Palmerston again. We're going to grab 7 Zoop and run it back to London. And then I think we're still, I guess, a couple more away from the Venture being ready. But that will help us push along both the Venture and the supplies for the work for the Anarchists. But everyone, that's what we're going to call it for the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, my name has been Kurazarrh. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.